Day on Your World.
Tafuta pesa nani? Kiatu yako isitumiwe kuua mende kwa family gathering.
Koti inakuuliza kama una malilio yoyote mbele ya koti ambayo unaweza kukulilia koti kusaidia.
Naweza.
Endelea.
Wewe. Unaelewa umemwambia ufanye nini?
Ameniambia nilie mheshimiwa.
Amekuambia kama unaweza kujitetea.
Sio kulia. Malilio ni kujitetea.
Hey, Hosea. Uko sawa?
Sorry, madam.
Sorry? Umepata?
Nimepata.
Oh, na sorry ni ya nini? Nilikuwa nafikiria hujapata.
Chumi, jibaya.
Oh.
Nazalini.
What are you talking about?
Kanisa tuko na huduma. Kule huko.
Hosea, unaongelelea nini?
Januari.
Ai, Hosea, okay, siko sure unaongelelea nini lakini asante, shika.
Nimekulipia.
Aya, umenilipia delivery.
Nimelipia madam.
Ai, Hosea. Asante.
Chumi mbaya.
Well.
Januari.
Yes, ni Januari.
Sijawahi kukula omena. Sijawahi.
Oh.
Nimejipanga.
Niko sawa. Hiyo ni nini Hosea?
Nikuletea unga.
Unga? Oh, hii ni unga? Oh.
Shanisi kule kidogo na kule kidogo.
Hosea, asante, ubarikiwe.
Kule leo kidogo kesho.
Asante.
Kule na omena.
Aya, sawa.
Na bado.
Okay.
Kuna ingine. Kuletea kitu.
Kitu? Hey, Hosea. Hey, Hosea. Hey, hizo ni dania na umeziweka wapi huko?
Kuletea ladha.
Aya, hapana mimi.
Omena.
Ai, hapana hizo.
Chakua chachu.
Hizo Hosea mistaki, hapana.
Hiyo kula madam.
Hapana.
Mzuri.
Okay, sawa basi, asante.
Utapenda.
Aya.
Kwa omena.
We? Hosea nakuwa na mambo. Hiyo ni nini?
Baada ya omena.
Hosea sitaki ujinga.
Itumia.
Hosea.
Hii mama ataleta shida. Lakini tunajipanga.
Sikiza hapa Hosea. Mimi hata nikituma omena kuna paka nilipewa. Nataka kukakapikia, sawa?
Kwa omena saidia delivery.
Hey, na si umetoka ni wewe tu saa hii. Umetoka niambia umenilipia. Kwani tena unanilipisha?
Saidia unga hapa.
Okay, Hosea. Si umenipea unga saa hii shwari.
Choto omena.
Hosea ni nini?
Well, okay. Based on what you've seen, that clearly tells you what we're going to discuss today, and that is the evolution of comedy right here in the country. Who was there? Yuko sawa. And we have him on set today. We just want to understand how comedy has changed over time, okay? Since those days of Vitimbi up until today, where we're actually seeing more and more comedians, and especially online. How has this evolved over time, and do we have more options now as compared to then? All those things. It's going to be an amazing conversation today because I have one of my favorite comedians on set with me this morning. And let's start with Judge Lucy. It's good to see you.
Good morning, viewers.
Thank you so much for making time for us. You know, when we see you, you're always serious.
When I'm serious, I'm in court. But when I'm out of the court, I'm Lucy Wangoi.
Well, Lucy Wangoi.
Yes.
But thank you so much for making the time. It's so good to have you on set with us. We also have Kokoto. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very early in the morning. We are waiting to leave here and go take tea. Nimesikia Hosea said that sausages ziko. Yes, sausages ziko. Yes, mkate msikuwe nao na shita. We have our bread.
You have your bread?
Yes, so you will have to just bring margarine. And then we will twanga together. We call like that.
Margarine.
Yes.
We also have Hosea, but he is Dennis Ndenga Ochieng, who's a creative director and a producer as well and a comedian, clearly. But today, let me end Hosea. Who Hosea kwangi sawa huyu? Karibu sana Hosea.
Thank you.
You are such a mess, but it's so good to have you as well on set this morning. And we'll also be expecting Malu, okay? And she's going to join us in just a sec. She's a content creator as well as a comedian. She does so much, as far as comedy is concerned, but also poetry and all those things. But Lucy, let me just start with you, first of all. Comedy now versus comedy then. How far have we come? Has it evolved over time? And, what do you make of the evolution, if it has happened?
I think if you compare our days since we started and now, things have changed.
Okay.
Yes, they have taken another level. Because during our time, when we started, we were not doing the scripts.
Okay.
We were just improvising. Yes, you just come there, I tell you, we utakuwa mpishi, we utakuwa dereva, utafanya hivi, utafanya and that's it.
Yeah.
Tunaingia kwa set, we do it, and inatoka poa.
Yeah.
But nowadays, script imetake over kwa sababu even if you go for auditions, unapewa script. So my line sijui ngapi, weka script kando, tufanye audition. Yeah. But all the same, during our days, it was much easier. Okay. I would say that, yeah. It was much easier because we were just meeting, we come up with a skit, and you were given your lines. Wewe ni utakuwa ni mfanyikazi wa fulani, you do this and this. The words which are coming from your mouth, ilikuwa inalipuka.
Yeah.
Watu wote wanacheka.
Yes.
But now, with the script, it limits you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you follow the lines. When you go out of the line, your partner is out of the line. Sasa nyote mnaporomoka. So, is improvise, si mbaya.
Yeah.
But then ni vizuri pia inchi kuendelea. You can't stick on improvising and whatever.
It's a deal.
Na kuna waandishi. What will they be doing if you're not writing the script?
That's true.
So, we have to move.
Yeah, we have to. I like that. Kokoto, what would you say the evolution? Because again, we've seen you over and over doing amazing things, fantastic things as well. And now, since we are in the digital space, where now Akina Hosea Wamekuja, and then they put their content immediately online, and they get all the million, views and likes and all those things. So, in your perspective, how would you say comedy has, changed over time right here in the country?
Yeah, comedy has really evolved.
Okay.
From
English.
Najaribu kukuwa serious, tusiruti western. No, vitu zingine ni mzuri kutoa English.
Toa English.
Hiyo ni cram. Anyway, it has really evolved. Comedy has really evolved from the times of Vitimbi, Vioja. When there was only one station where you could watch, after news, there was only one show. Vituko, Vitimbi, or Vioja. After that, Najua, it's time to go to sleep.
To bed, yeah.
So from those times, then we came from those times, we came and hit the times of Ridiculous, where they came in now with stand-up.
Yes.
But still, even those times, stand-up was there, but most of the comedies, you could see they were skit-based.
Yes.
So, and then now we came to this era where now of TikTok, podcasts,
multiple TV stations,
multiple TV stations and YouTube. So it has really, really evolved, and it has also come with the challenges.
Yes.
That come with the challenges
or difficult.
the new content creators, and also to the OGs.
Yeah, OGs.
So it has really evolved with a lot of challenges.
A lot of challenges, which we'll talk about in a second. But what is the inspiration behind your attire? I am trying to concentrate, but I can't. What is the inspiration? What is the inspiration behind this? It's boots. Yeah,
There's no way you can be called Kokoto. No umevaa suti.
Thank you.
Yeah, it comes with the character.
No, yes, but why not what? Say zile nguo zetu zile za Waluya huko. Why this specific
No,
look?
you know, as a comedian, my work is to make people happy.
Yes.
Before I make people happy, I have to be happy myself.
Yourself.
I have to entertain myself and feel the vibe
Yes.
before I make others feel the vibe. So when I'm doing my comedy, I think what inspires me first is what I put on.
Yes.
When I put on my attire, I just feel
People just
I
like-
go to another world.
Just flow.
Right?
Yes, I just go to another.
Inakuja tu.
Yes. So it's it's in fact Zizi Barangi. They are from Western.
Where?
It's a happy look.
Yetu
You know,
hiyo.
nikisha dunga hii tangu wa Michael Jackson.
Hey.
You know, I can dance with it. You know, it just flows with
It
the
just
vibe.
flows. I really like it. I really like it. By the way, like you look at your outfit and you're happy. Before I say anything, we're already laughing, right?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Sasa wewe, wapi jacket?
Well, you wanted me to come with the jacket?
Yes.
You not said it.
Wewe
like
sasa.
Hosea.
Hey.
Hosea huyu.
Sasa mimi nafikiri nimekafikiri karani wa hapa.
Surely.
Kwa ni sura tu ndio nimeona. Na na
We still have time. We still have Kardashian.
Yes, I get that. Yeah, because we like Hosea. We really like Hosea.
You know,
Hosea
when you do your things wearing your costumes, where you are out of costume, people won't recognize you.
Yeah.
So it's better sometimes when you come a place like this one, you come with your costume, full costume. Na kweli ule ni Hosea.
Yeah.
But now Hosea naye anajisikia na kuja hapa amepiga majini.
But you know what? I really like that aspect because at the same time, it's the same way people usually say, ukipatana na comedian, we expect that tuchekeshe. We don't care whether ako na stress or anything like that. Yeah, so it's interesting to also see this other side of Hosea. Kumbe Hosea is a dress up,
Well, as Lucy said, kuna two sides. When you meet her, there is the magistrate side, and also there is the Lucy Wangui
the other side.
Yeah, probably now I'm the Dennis Denga side.
Dennis Denga, the creative
then we
director.
meet on social media, as Hosea and many other things.
Hosea Kouko.
Yes.
All right, but then in your perspective, because again, I see most of your content online, hilarious, always make my day. But again, they've said, like back then, it was only one TV station that broadcast at a specific time. Ukimiss ni hivyo,
Yes.
right? But now we have the digital space, we have YouTube, we have, all those things. Would you say that is working to your advantage now as compared to then? Mabado challenges ni zile. It doesn't matter.
Well, I think now it works to advantage of everyone who wanted to join comedy at this space. Because first of all, I'm happy to be, sitting with these people being watched. Of course, Lucy started acting before Tanizaliwe. Unaona?
Hata ujulikana.
Sikuwa najulikana.
Hata tukutana.
Hata kukua na
Yes.
mkadi yake.
But you see,
Wengi wa the upcoming artists.
yeah.
Mimi nikianza walikuwa miaka ya 70, wewe ulikuwa umezaliwa.
Ai. Hata sikuwa na
70s.
plani yangu hata.
Yes. So imagine watching her and again sitting with her in the same
It's
set.
such an
So,
honor, really. Yeah.
as you said, you see, it started with only one station where we could watch them, and I'm sure many people wanted to join.
Yeah.
But it was a limited space.
Yes.
You could not join probably, and again we didn't have social media to
Not
to take it to
even
different.
limited space.
Yeah.
I think people were even fearing to participate in such a programs.
Yeah.
What we go into and say, so, hey, ule mzee tamaa. So even if you're an artist or you are a comedian, you're afraid of this mzee tamaa. Will I handle him? Will I be able to handle the comedies?
Yeah. Yes.
Because mzee tamaa was very, very funny. Even me sometimes alikuwa ananipatia headache.
Yeah.
Akiongea kitu najifanya anaandika kwa sababu imeni so ni hiyo ndio ilikuwa inafanya sema
Watu wengi wanaogopa.
nitaweza na hao watu.
Abasaweza.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that.
So these are some of the people that I watched, and that's how we knew them, because they were very limited.
Yeah.
They were a handful. I always marefu wanapita 10. If you started counting them, the likes of akina Tama bin Tama,
akina Mzee Ojwang,
Masanduku, Ojwang.
Ilipoanza, they were only 5.
Yes.
Mzee Ojwang,
Makoha,
Mama Kayai. Mama was not there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was me, Ojwang, and later Mama Kayai, and who? Masaku alikuja nyuma. Na Utorongongo na Mkatwende. Hao ndio veteran wa Vitimbi. So, ilikuwa ukiletwa, you are just a guest. Na pia once na unaishia. Hata uwe mzuri aje. Those days walikuwa na limit. Sasa, but nowadays, ikiwa we ni mzuri. Na we don't want to waste that.
And then there are also options because you don't have to be affiliated with that specific. You can do your own things, you know, online and
mtu akiona wewe ni mzuri. Yes. Kama sasa hivi nini anafanya, ataendelea hivi mwisho ataona nikiita hata magistrate hapa itakuwa kitu kingine. You know, unaenda ukigrow. You don't just stick to una grow. And when you grow, ndio unapata pia nini nyingi, content nyingi zinakuja. And watu wanakuita kwa wingi.
And there's content, literally, like anything can make content.
And actually, we can do collabs. You know, she has her own audience from back then. I have my own audience, the new audience. When we do a collab, it's a combination of both, you know, both audience. So
and also the beauty about comedy is that it doesn't matter. It touches every single generation, you know, because we would sit down as a family and watch, you know, your shows, laugh, you know, with our grandparents. Because of my grandma, she actually watches this show every single month. Shout out. My grandma, she's watching. She's actually your biggest fan.
Grandma?
Ni Maragoli. Unajua Kimara msimia na Kimaragoli?
Mshere.
Jina ndo ajuni yeye. Aseme na jina, mwambie jina.
Anaitwa Guku Ruth Mukiza.
Ruth Mukira. Mshere Ruth Mukira. Dakusheriza. Salamu za asubuhi. Wale huko na kuona na wewe unaniona. Mimi ni ule jaji wa vioja mahakamani. Ukiniona pale kwa vioja pale, nisalimie tu hi na mimi nakwambia hi.
Okay, you mentioned challenges, right? And I'm curious, so the challenges then versus challenges now, has it also changed? But the same, you know, across? And what are some of these challenges that maybe, you know, some people might not be privy to?
Okay, like back then, even, you know, getting the spaces to go and audition was very difficult. As I talk at home, when we should audition the whole day, and then you are told no, you know, you need to work hard. You know, but nowadays, you know, as much as the challenges are there, you know, they're not as much because, like right now, with these innovations with the TikTok and the digital platforms, right now, anyone, if you wake up today and you feel like, you know, I have talent, I can do a show. You will not have to go to look for Lucy and Mama Kai so that, you know, they audition you. You just take your phone. If you have a smartphone, you just take your phone, record yourself, throw it on TikTok. Whether they like it or not, they'll just be browsing on TikTok. They will see. You know? So over time wataipenda. Unlike those days where you used to, you know, go for so many rehearsals, you know, you used to go to KMT and sit there like the whole day waiting for people to usikie kuna audition. You know, it was so hard. Another challenge with these times now is that you know, because of the platforms are there, some who call themselves content creators, they don't know what to give people. You know, you have the platform. Batika even have followers, but because it's just there, you don't know what to give.
People. Alafu unajua Kenyans were very, we can be harsh audience. Sometimes, like that's how we do. funny, you know, and then you move on to the next.
As much as we have critiques and all that,
Yeah.
I can consume whatever I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
see,
Kuna
you have a
options.
plethora of options. Yeah,
Yes.
you know, options are what do I want?
Yeah.
If I don't like you, Sita, I will not follow you. That is the advantage of, you know, of
Is
this,
it so?
the new era.
Is
kind
that
of,
the fact that there's so many options, like, is it advantageous or
it's
just,
advantage
like you have
to
to?
everyone. It's advantage
Okay,
to
okay.
Because ile kitu ambayo ni ujinga kwako, someone else
Yeah.
anakufa nayo
will
mbaya
like
sana.
it. But at the same time, then can it also be a disadvantage in the sense that if I don't like you, I have so many other options, you know, unlike Kitambo where it was just Akina Judge Lucy, you know.
So watch.
Now, watch.
Yeah.
But now, if I feel you're not funny, I have, you know, I have Hosea, I have Akina Judge Lucy, I have, you know, all these others. So does it put so much pressure on you to then be so good at your craft so that you maintain this specific right?
That is another challenge.
Yeah.
Because you have to put more effort to make sure that you are relevant.
Yes,
You are relevant to so many.
Yes.
Yeah, on top of being relevant, also remember you have to post as much.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because remember now, social
consistency.
media, it has its own algorithm in such a way that if I'm used to post on Monday and I stop posting on Monday, then it means by and by I'm losing my audience.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
it
because they're
changes your
looking for something
algorithm.
else. Yeah.
Kama nimezoea every Monday nikienda at 9 or at
Yeah.
12, I find you posted
Keep
something.
your sasa
Repeat and start posting on Thursday
Yes.
or, you know, intermittent.
Yeah.
You'll face the challenges. Those are some of the challenges, of course,
Yeah.
that we're going
That
to face.
you will experience on a
And of course,
day-to-day
any other issue, ukiwa tu na scandal kidogo, you can see your followers. Unaona wakishuka. And you see, that's
Moving on swiftly.
dangerous.
Yeah.
When you lose the account, that's
Yeah.
it for you.
Yeah.
When mtu akikuibia account yako, you're
Yeah.
done.
So then how
you're done.
do you make sure that you stay on top of your game, still remain relevant, still be very consistent, ensure that you do not lose your audience? If anything, you keep growing your audience on a day-to-day basis. I'm curious to hear from Judge Lucy, and then I'll come to you, young ones. but Judge Lucy, and also how the audiences have changed over time, because the audience that used to watch you, say, like in the 90s, 2000s, is not the same audience right now.
Anyway, we thank God because we still have some followers.
Yes.
So many of them.
Yeah.
According to Vioja, we go with the current
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
If it happens today, tomorrow we put it on Vioja. So I think we don't get bored with doing what we are doing.
You never lack content.
We never lack.
There's always
We
content.
never lack.
Yeah.
Because every day in Nairobi, outside Nairobi, things happens. Waizi wako, kora iko. You can't miss our content.
Yes. Yeah. And also on the digital platforms,
Yes.
then, would you say that is working to your advantage?
It
Because, like we said, the audience may change now. Not so many people have a lot of time to sit in front of a TV and watch, but there's also this other option of the digital platforms. Would you say that has worked to your advantage?
It has worked.
Yes.
Because every time, sometimes people tell you, you know, me, I might not be at home when your program is airing.
Yeah.
But I don't miss it because I have my phone on
have
my
your
hand.
phone. Yes.
So I think we are doing good.
Yeah. I really, really like that. Okay. Before we even talk about the how then you're able to stay on top of your game, how would you say, like, shows like Vitimbi, Akina Vioja, Mahakamani, how would you say that has like shaped and impacted your content creation? Because up until now, all the different demographics will still relate to that. We watch and we find comedy in it. But how would you say that impacted you as a comedian?
Well, you see, as much as they were together, there are different styles in there. For example, someone like Ojwang, he was good with what we can call also pantomimes. He doesn't need to talk. Only reactions.
Yes.
And it's comedy. And it's comedy.
Yeah.
And right now, there's some people who are doing the same thing. They don't need to talk. They don't need to talk, and you still understand the type of comedy. Sometimes you can see through it. Let's say Kena.
Yes.
Kena doesn't need to talk on the skits, but you'll understand what he's saying. So that is part of that pantomime. You don't need to say anything, and you still get to understand the type of comedy. So through the likes of Akina, Makoha, Ojwang, Judge Lucy, Othorongongo, and the rest, you know, we still can see different genres of comedy in them. That, you know, when I grow up, you want to be nataka kuwa kama ule specific, and then you know you get something out of that.
You know, we go places. Unasikia watoto, me, I want to be like Judge Lucy.
Judge Lucy.
Yeah. I'm there. Okay, work hard. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Kokoto, for you, because like we said, so there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's TikTok, there's all this Facebook, there's all these platforms that, like we said, you don't have to be affiliated with a certain group of people. Would you say this has disrupted comedy in the sense that, in terms of like monetization, all those things, live shows versus what is being posted, you know, online, because people don't really have to go to a certain show because they can still, you know, get the content online. Has this disrupted even monetization, you know, income in the comedy sector?
Yeah, actually, I think what happened is that people moved from going to live shows. Like, I think when I was growing up in acting and comedy with Kina Lucy, we used to have so many shows in clubs, family shows. But now, you know, even you create those shows, you put up those events, people don't show up. So it's just, you know, thinking outside the box. Instead of, you know, going to those live shows, you bring them on these social media platforms, on TikTok. You know, whatever you could have done for shows, you do them
online.
Yeah. So I think it has affected me as much.
Okay.
Because in fact it has made things easier for me, because now I can do a number of shows and post them online. You know, now you don't have to go to the advertiser. You know, wanakutafuta tu pale wanakuambia, can you do this for us?
Okay.
You know, unlike those times where you had to, you know, go through a long process. Protocol. And also, like right now, you know, I don't know whether it's a challenge, but or how do I call it? But what happens is that, you know, like right now, with the social media platforms and these the upcoming, and you know how everything has come up. You know, when it comes to content, the kind of content that you want to put, but as Osea said, it is very easy to lose an account because of one content.
Yes,
you've moved to maybe 200 or 3,000 followers, but just with one mistake, you lose everything.
people.
So you just have to be very careful. But as for me, I think it's better because I don't have to be affiliated to anyone. Today I can decide, where Osea, you come, we do a skit, we post it.
Yes.
You get his viewers, he gets my viewers, you know. So it cuts across.
It cuts across.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, I do not want to rush you because I know you have that very strong point that you want to say. Amma, can you do that in like 30 seconds?
No.
He has a lot to say. Okay, let's take a break, but then when we come back, I promise we'll take up from you.
Okay.
The conversation is on the evolution of comedy right here in the country, and the question that we're asking you this morning is very simple. What do you appreciate most about comedy right here in the country? Someone actually said increased creativity, okay, on Facebook. But what is it that you appreciate most about comedy right here in the country? Engage with us on our socials, and that is at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and on X, and tag me as well at Lubembe_Winnie. But if you want to call in live and maybe speak to Judge Lucy or Kokoto akuongelesha ile lugha yake that you like, or you want to speak to Ndenga aka Hosea, feel free to do so as well. If you have a question for them, if you want to appreciate them live, the numbers will be down on your screen. No, actually the numbers are down on your screen, okay? But we'll take your calls after the break, so keep them coming. We'll speak to you after the short break. See you then.
Munajua ni kwa nini Yesu alisema atakuja kuwachukua? Ni kwa sababu alijua akiwacha fea mademu atakula.
Okay, listen, before we even talk about that, you guys have something prepared for us, right? Mesema improv, because Judge Lucy was like, improv. Okay, let's see.
Lijodi, na wewe, pesa zangu niliwapatia ngapi?
1500.
Nikawatuma nini?
Katutuma tulete kuku.
Mumeniletea nini?
Tumeleta nini?
Nini?
Tush.
Sikia nikwambie, kwanza acha hiyo ulimi yako unatoa nje kama cobra hapa. Na wewe?
Kuku haikupatikana.
Haikupatikana. Hii njiwa mlitoa wapi?
Tumeleta mingi.
Ya tulikosa nini?
Tunatoshia kuku.
Sasa mtafanya hivi. Saa ile mtatoka kwa ile mlango, mnakuta askari na pingu. Tena kesi yenu hata haihitaji kuwekwa kwa file. Tunaenda na wafunga kila mtu miezi 6. Na mtakuwa kila ile njiwa huko ndani mpaka mtoke.
Mheshimiwa isifikia.
Hakuna cha isifikia.
Ni teke.
Nishamaliza kesi.
Mheshimiwa
miezi 6 mwe mkila njiwa huko hizo mmependa.
Mheshimiwa isifikia hapo.
Una watoto, ukufikiria watoto ukila pesa yangu?
Fanya hivi mheshimiwa.
Hata wamekula situ wakuashike.
Wewe utafanya tufungwe. Fanya hivi, wacha tuchinje njiwa tukule. Tukisha kula hivi, ile siku tunapata kiparua ya kwanza hivi, mshahara ya kwanza unakununulia kuku, tena choko.
Sasa umeongea kama mtu ana akili. Wachana mwenye kuniambia ati unifunge watoto. Nafunga watoto ndio walikula kuku yangu. Si wewe ndio umekula. Wewe ndio mwenye makosa, wewe ndio utafungwa. Wewe utafanya nini ndio tuache hii maneno iishe?
Mimi nitauza hii kuku, nitauza hii njiwa. Niuze njiwa, alafu hiyo pesa nifungue nayo biashara ya kuuza rangi.
Unaripu. Wewe mfunge tu peke yake.
Askari tafadhali, huyu mrefu kushinda huyu mwingine mfupi. Kesi nimemaliza.
Huyu na watu, mbona na watu?
Kesi nimemaliza. Wewe fanya hiyo kwa hivyo utafute paka rangi na wewe kaoshe koti kuanzia asubuhi mpaka jioni uende nyumbani.
Upike duster.
Upige duster.
Upike duster.
Kupiga duster aje?
Kupika teki.
Wapi?
Ile mnapanga hivi.
Kuosha, nimesema kuosha. Na maneno tumemali.
Oh my gosh. Sasa huyu anasema umfunge peke yake. Huyu anaacha mtu afunge peke yake. Listen, welcome back. The show is your why nyinyi mtaniharibia makeup. The show is your wealth. And this morning is all about the evolution of comedy right here in the country. But before I introduce my guest, who's already here now, Malu, we all know her from TikTok. She's a creator and a comedian. Let's pick a call and then Malu will come to you. Okay, we have Emmanuel from Kakamega calling us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for calling us, Emmanuel. Do you have a question about unataka kusalimia my guest on set?
Okay, I just want to say hi to the guests. And I want to applaud them by saying that when I look at the guest, I see a natural comedy.
Yes.
Unlike the current content that we have, I feel like it was so educative and they have remained on the track. So I just want to appreciate them. That even I would like my family to just keep on watching them.
I like that. Thank you so much for calling us this morning, Emmanuel, all the way from Kakamega. And remember, the question that we asked you is, what do you appreciate most about comedy right here in the country? So this MC Dakiro on Facebook says they create their own content. And then someone else says... okay, this is John Ngugi who says Kenyan comedy is the only place where the Wi-Fi password is funnier than the joke. What do you guys think of that?
I think Kenyans in totality, they are funny.
Yeah.
No, sometimes you can get TikTok or Instagram and you see a normal post. Just a normal post.
Funny.
Just go to the comment section.
Let me tell you, that is where the life is. Kenyans are just funny. James Arrow says creativity of its own. Joseph Mbu says creativity of the highest. And then Baba Ian says they do it with passion. And then someone else says Kate Johnny, who says stress nayo hupati, because you know the comedy in itself helps you to deal with your stress. But keep sending in your views on our socials at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and on X, and give us a call as well. But if you're calling and the lines are busy, also use our WhatsApp number 01-12500-400. Now we have Malu on set. Good to see you. Look at her seated all like this, but then when you see her online, right? She's doing all those things. How are you, first of all, speak speak proper English and
Maria,
Hindi, and then Maria, and would do that for us, because I never understand how you're able to do that.
Mimi amekuja asubuhi na mapema, kila kitu akakuwa mbaya, but actually I appreciate the fact that I'm here with all of you guys. Nikaambia wacha ni 5 kwa sangu leo ndio mara 30. Kila kitu anakaa bali yake. I'm trying to tell you everything was looking beautiful. I told myself I need to be a little bit naughty.
How are you able to do that?
Okay, honestly speaking, me starting content creation is like it has been like a whole journey.
Yeah.
Let me surprise them. I did set books.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
National Theatre.
Yeah, I studied theatre back then when I was in primary. Then when I finished my high school, I was trying to find myself. Like I've always wanted to be like a radio presenter and everything. But I felt like in the clutches of the industry, you need to fit everywhere. Maana unasikia mtu leo ni msanii, kesho ni actor, kesho ni DJ,
mwingine ni banker.
You have
insurance. Ndio amefungua M-Pesa. Hapa kata ameweka na photocopy. Chini ameuza sweetie.
Like wasanii wanafanyanga, they're very flexible. Sisi ni kama pikipiki. Tuko kila mahali. So like when I finished my high school, I was like, let me try this thing.
Yeah.
So I went for theater and I just did whatever I did.
Yeah.
Me hata sikufuata script. Nilisema acha mbaya. And then hata sikuwa najua kuna kitu inaitwa kushortlistiwa. I was so excited about shortlisting. I didn't know there was another audition after shortlisting. Mimi naona nimemake it because top 15. Kumbe kuna kuchujwa pia. So after that nikakuja kujua set books. Unaambiwa your voice has to echo.
Yeah.
And it has been a journey because trying to be funny on platform and also on stand-up comedy has been so hard. Yeah. But like that's how I just maneuver how to try different things and to figure out myself. Yeah. But kusema tu kweli kuchange immediately ni Mungu.
Right? Because like how will you and also not lose your train of thought, but keep them, still make it make sense. I that's beyond me. But before we talk more about then how comedy then sort of like influenced or has influenced how you're, you know, approaching the whole comedy aspect now as a young lady, I don't say a young girl, as a young lady, and also your space in the comedy industry. Would you say you found your space, and what was that like? But before that, we have caller Abednego from Nyamira. Good morning. Abednego, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for calling us. Do you have a question, or do you want to appreciate the comedians that we have on set this morning?
Actually, I want to appreciate Madam Will, Judge Lucy.
Yay, Judge Lucy.
Hi, good morning, good morning.
How are you?
Actually, I'm good. I'm from Amira. Actually, you've been a mentor to me since yes.
Oh, that's really good to hear. That's really, really good to hear. What is that? No, go ahead.
Brother.
Kapisa.
Yes, they look alike.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, very sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Abednego, for calling us this morning, and appreciate really, you know, the work that our favorite comedians have done over time. Wanna to check out to idea to not stress, you know, and all those things. Yeah. So thank you so much for calling. Amo uko na swali?
Sina swali. I wanted
you want to appreciate them. That's really, really nice. Thank you so much for calling, and also just putting it out there that they have influenced your life in one way or the other, inspired you, they've been mentors to you. So we say thank you for that.
Thank you.
So a young girl, young lady. In this industry,
okay, I'll take that.
You'll take that, right? So in this industry, would you say you found your space? And is it harder, would you say, for like ladies in comedy as compared to the men? Or how have you found, you know, your space in this industry?
I would say success is not what you get. Okay. Success is what you give.
Hey, look at this one, wisdom.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, people believe that whatever you have, money and luxury, is being successful. Yes. But people don't know what it took for you to be there. True. And I'm going to give an example. There is a guy who has been getting A and A all the time in school. Amemaliza campus akapata A yake. But there's this person who has been getting D's and D's. Akajipush akapata C, akaweza kubuy slippers. That's what I call success. Yeah. You had 100 followers, tomorrow you wake up with 500 followers. That's what I call success. Yeah. Success is what you give, and I feel like I have really gotten my own space of really whatever I wanted. Life is a challenge, but at the end of the day, life is what you want it to be. So it's you who normalizes and takes everything positively and builds a better version of yourself outside there. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm in a safe space.
Yes.
And I'm still trying to evolve myself in the comedy industry because everything is changing with time.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's so much cameras, lighting, and everything, but the humor is still there.
Yes. What is that one thing that sort of like shifted your perspective about comedy? Because we talked about this before you came in and said sometimes you might put out content unafikiria ni funny and then people watch, they're like, sasa huyu wakuangalia hivi washanga sasa huyu ni nini ametuwekea, you know? So do you have like a story and experience of something that maybe you thought was funny and people were like, no, not funny?
Not funny, but not in such a perspective. But I've ever posted something, me cooking in the kitchen and using the accent, Somali accent.
Yeah.
So like I called myself Mama Fatuma when I'm cooking the food.
Okay.
And then I'm told like, but your hands are nothing compared to Mama Fatuma. Yeah, I got something like that because like I expect Mama Fatuma kutoka Mombasa.
Yes.
Mkono imenyoka, mweupe, na rangi yangu imekata jamani. So like hina mkono akatangawizi. So yeah, I've gotten like something of the sort.
Yeah.
But it's trying to convince them pia Mama Fatuma anaweza kosa hina.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right?
So, yeah.
By the way, kila time unakuwa hina mkono imenyoka. Yeah. Okay. All right. And just you see, I mean, looking at Malu, you know, a young lady, young girl, now of course she's a young lady, young girl, right? Getting into the comedy industry. And now what we're seeing is a lot of young people get into any specific industry expecting to get rich tomorrow, you know, like Malu said, luxury, we see people online with like the big cars and big houses, we're like, this is what I want, right?
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
those are failures. I'll call them failures because if you come in a place and you are money-minded, not the work,
okay,
it's just me nipate pesa, nipate do.
Yeah, I'm quite famous.
You know?
Yeah.
Me have been there since those 70s.
Yes.
And pale nilikuja kupata pesa, nyuma.
Okay.
I didn't go there because of money. Me, my first kulipwa, if I speak the truth today, unajua nilipwa pesa ngapi?
Ngapi?
40 bob. 40 bob.
Okay.
Na nikafurahi. Because mimi nilikuwa nataka talent yangu ionekane.
Okay.
Nowadays people, they go there to make money. Now, what do you expect if you are going there for money and yet you are not making people to laugh or make people happy?
Or people can relate with you.
Unatarajia watoe pesa yao? No. Na ndio unaona artists wengi they are failing. Wanakuja pale kwa muda kidogo, mwaka moja, unauliza huyu alienda wapi? Unaambia sijui. So mimi I went there because since I was in school, I was an actress. So I didn't want that need to go.
Yeah.
Nikaikuza. Since I was acting like a school girl, nikakuwa mama, nikakuja, nikakuwa judge.
Yeah.
Na hata judge, after judge, tuliendelea. I don't know if you were there when we were doing our place at Shade Hotel in Karen. In Karen. You know, that place was always houseful. On Sundays and public holidays, but it was always houseful. Ukikuja saa 9 hakuna kitu. Hata ameweka kibao houseful. Na saa hizi pita tu hapo Karen uangalie Shade iko wapi, iliisha. Watu walipoanza hizi nini kina ridiculous nini. People wakajua kumbe kuna vitu zingine si vitimbi hapa peke yake. During Moi era hakuna comedian angechezea Moi vitimbi.
It's true.
Moi alikuwa kiona vitimbi anatoa handkerchief anaweka hapo. Ile rungu yake inaletwa kitu ya kuwekelea anawekelea hapo. Because atacheka sahau ajigonge na hiyo rungu. Yes. So me, I'm proud from where I came from and where I am.
What is that biggest lesson that you've learned over time? You know, ukiangalia when you started and where you are right now. What is that biggest lesson that you will
The biggest lesson I've learned is that kula kidogo weka kidogo.
You're very wise. Yes.
Si umepewa sasa nani akona gari kubwa na mimi mwacha nikanunua hiyo gari. Na hatutoshani. Yes, hatutoshani.
Yeah.
Jody alimake kwa sababu ya kufanya hivi. Let me go and do whatever Jody is doing.
What Jody is doing.
Lakini zako haziingii.
True.
Mwingine atakuja wewe unatangaza vizuri sana. Ni mrembo ametangaza. Nitaenda kuwa mrembo zaidi nimshinde. No. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Huyu mimi amenifurahisha. Hakufuata kitu ya mtu. Sio zile vitu anafanya. Na anakuwa appreciated. The same nani Malu. Usije kunikopi. No, do your things na zitakuwa. Zitakupeleka juu. So mimi na appreciate artists wote.
Lakini appreciate
na wale artists, those artists wale wanataka kukopi mtu. Wachana nao.
You do you.
Those are losers.
At the end of the day, there's a big factor here. Money. How do you make money? How long will it take you to make that money?
And also, mahali comedy imefika sahi. Would you say it's gotten you to a place where that can be your main hustle and not side hustle?
No.
Milky Nuliza, probably she has a different contrary opinion. But Milky Nuliza, most of these comedians, they wake up, they sleep, they eat comedy right now. Things have changed.
Even me.
Things have changed. Kwanza walikulipa 40 walikuwa kukuwa na pesa. Hiyo ilikuwa pesa mingi sana.
I was coming to that. Unajua kwa hiyo 40 bob nikaenda nganunua vitu nilikuwa natamani hizi leso. So unajua leso za Kiswahili. I bought leso, I bought sandals. I bought I don't know what. I ate chicken and chips. But pesa ishi. No. I was nilipanda na 30 cents. That time matatu it was ndio ikaitwa matatu maana ilikuwa ni peni 3. Nilipanda matatu nikalipa 30 cents. And I was very proud nilikuwa nimekaa pale mbele leo nimepanda matatu.
Hapo na drive.
Nilikuwa na lesson imeandikwa hapa mashallah.
So mimi nikikumbuka kule nilitoka na where I am now. Mimi najisifu.
No, you've done well.
I'm proud of myself.
So I was talking about the money. The money aspect. Eventually, at the end of the day, you need to see pesa yangu inatoka wapi. I'm sure when Malu was saying alikuwa anafanya set books and the rest of the rest. It's not an instant coffee. Hakuamka jana today akaanza kutengeneza pesa. I was going through social media and I could see sponsorship. You see? Na ukiangalia si ati ameanza leo. So at the end of the day, the reason why she's here kwa sababu pia anatengeneza hiyo pesa. And there's someone else anataka kuingia leo anaanza kutengeneza hiyo pesa.
It's not possible.
Going back to what you said before we enter for a break. Kuna kitu liko na nyuma about live shows. Why and also she said Mama Tamushi pia ni
she said
that's about taking events to to those hotels. The reason why they died. The reason why, of course, they died also because of the, after Corona, Corona ilibadilisha vitu mob, a lot of things. Everything now went digital, and it's a bit hard for guys to bring people together right now and say that this is the hall, my book hall, guys come, let's laugh. It's a bit hard, but again, it's possible. The reason why it's possible it's because guys right now are building things we call community. Malu here is building a own community on TikTok and IG with the 244k people and 12.5 million. Those are the people that consume her content. By and by, if she wants to put something on stage, she has created a community in such a manner that out of the 244k, she only needs even 5k, amata 10k to kumjazia pale KICC. Then akishajenga hiyo community, because they consume what she does, then it will be easier for her to take now people. Wase sahi niko na show. The reason why guys like Kena, and Abel Mutua, they're able to do live shows, actual live shows.
And
it's
have people
because
actually,
they've created community. Right now nikiingia YouTube nitapata Abel Mutua ameka nini zake. On YouTube ameka episodes zake. Nikiingia nitapata Kena ameka
live shows.
Skits zake na nini. So there are people that consuming those kind of content. So they are building their own community. Then it will be easier not to stop that community.
Transfer that community
now to
our physical location.
Yes.
I see that.
So it's a bit hard doing that.
Unasikia? Lakini mambo ya pesa kwa main hustle na side hustle.
Hapo kwa mambo ya pesa kwanza mnafanyia Malo justice. Mnaongelea mambo ya 10 cent hata kuona
ajui hata juu.
But nimepata 100 bobs for.
Oh my God.
Like can that compensate?
No, thanks.
Ukupata hela.
Akupata hela.
So hapo kwa nini? Hapo kwa pesa. Me I believe ukishajiaminia on in what you do. Vile tu alisema jiaminia in what you do na you do it bila kuangalia nani anafanya what, who is doing what, just do what you are good at in doing. You know, like sisi sasa tuseme the millennials wale tumelelewa na kina Lucy. Even me, I can say that saizi I'm working on building that community. Like you see, like in Malu, you know, wali tokea kama
waliingia kama we have internet.
Yeah, so getting that nini was very easier. Like sisi watu wa kitambo ndio sasa unapata some of us ndio tunangangana ku
ama tunajifunza how to navigate in this digital space. Like na Malu.
I miss their shows, to be honest. Unaona show unajua ni saa ya kufanya maliza homework, lala uende shule.
I'm glad that akina Lucio they've social media. I think yesterday Majuzi I was watching one of the clips amefanya na Makoha akikunywa chai na straw. Then there was something they were doing and you see this is something that Okwa Mezoea. It's how they are used to traditional media, TV. So unagoja Monday. This Monday, tena Monday yo ingine, tena Monday yo ingine, tena Monday yo ingine. But right now I can consume her content
anywhere, anytime.
Today, tomorrow, Evo, on a daily basis.
I see that. So can we also speak on the power of collaborations? And Malu, I want to bring you in. How then, because we've seen the likes of Akina Elsa Majimbo, right? They're across the world doing amazing things, you know, fantastic things through comedy. But you know something that she said some time back, she said she was not appreciated the most in Kenya. If anything, people from outside appreciated her more. And that is how she was able to grow and be where she is right now. So I'm just curious, I mean, you know, from you, the role of collaborations in terms of, you know, tujiweke uko nje, so hata sisi tukue na that, you know, international recognition through comedy. What would you say that has taken, you know, say for you? Do you plan on doing collabs, you know?
Well, I hosted at a show called Africa's Campus Battle. Let me give them a shout out. Africa's Campus Battle was working with everyone from different from the country. And what I can say is it has given me the power to be recognized outside. So I feel like Kenya tunajulikana kila mali. Like we're the bullies of the internet. You can't tell us anything. So I would really urge everyone who's doing their content not to limit yourself.
Okay.
Don't like to na boundaries. Be outside there. If you can transverse in English, Kiswahili, be the better version, because you never know who's watching.
You never know who's watching. I like that. Ata Somalia, ata Waria if you want. Okay. So we need to bring this show to a close. Unfortunately, time is not on our side. I'll give you like 10 seconds each. Because again, the panel today is cross-generational. So what is it that we've learned from each other? Okay. Because comedy is universal. You know, we can all sit down. Doesn't matter your tribe, your nini. We all sit down and watch comedy and find, you know, fun in comedy. So I'm going to start with Malu and then we'll finish with Judge Lucy. What is it that you've learned from her and what is it that you hope she's learned from you as well?
What I've learned from her is that be kind to yourself. Every good thing takes time. What I've learned from him is that no matter how the challenges are, always stand up. You'll figure it out on the way. And Yeah. From him, I've learned that age is just a number.
Yes.
So zingine you might meet bigger people in the industry and you don't know, you're trying to learn, and you might put yourself in that cocoon of the shell. But if you have a question, ask.
Hey, I like that. All right. Hey, Hosea, 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yes.
Just one thing I've learned is, patience. Patience
Yes.
that, it pays eventually. It's been more than 40 years. And Lucy, bado ako kwa game. How many of us can, sustain that long
For that
comedy
long and
purely,
still remain relevant?
Yes, and still remain
I like that.
relevant. So
like
it's something big
Yeah.
that over 40 years, bado iko kwa industry. So it's something to, to learn.
Absolutely.
From. Yeah.
I really, really like that. All right, Kokoto,
Yes.
10 seconds.
I'm so encouraged with her determination
Yes.
and her ambition.
Yes.
Na nikajua pia from Hosea, that is something new about, building
Your
the community,
community.
making that our followers that you have to become a community. Then now you can convert them. So I think kuwa na watu kama hawa, it's given me a wake up call.
I like
and
that.
now I know
Yes.
kupitia watu kama hao how to kumanuva kujua the trends na nini because saizi TikTok unapiga comedy saizi unasema nda post kesho, ukiamka kesho ilipigwa different nimepostiwa. So syllabus it moves very fast and inakuja na creativity. Just think, do,
post it. I like that.
Yeah.
Judge Lucy, as we bring this to a close.
I would like to congratulate them, especially Malu. You know, coming with such a content TV, Somali, so I don't know what. Na inatoka, you can do that thing, but then ukitoka kwa Somali immediately ukienda kwa Mkikuyu
inakataa.
Yes, inakataa, but she's good, she's okay.
Yeah.
Hosea, nimefurahi you are doing your thing. Huku copy ya Lijodi, huku copy ya nani, umekuja na nini yako.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yes.
That's being creative. If you are not creative, hata ungefanya hizo.
True.
Lijodi here, nimefanya naye kazi. I've been working with Lijodi.
Sema umenilea.
Yeah. Most of them. Yeah. So, namu appreciate with what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because if he's not copying your content, amekuja na yake.
Na yake na
lazima
hapana.
tunamu appreciate.
Na wewe yako unaji-appreciate nini?
Mimi naji-appreciate. Kwa
Yes.
sababu kutoka kule nilitoka. Mpaka nikafika hapa. Ni mbali. Na bado, nina akili ya kutengeza kitu mpya.
Yes.
Wewe ukinipatia nini yako nitakutengezea kitu mpya na itakuwa.
Yes.
Nikifuata hiyo content yako nitakutengezea kitu mpya na itakuwa.
Yeah.
So mimi ukinihitaji anytime I'm there. Mimi sina maringo niseme ati mimi nilianza.
Na kulea Malu. Kulea Malu.
I'm not that proud that he's being Malu, sitaki mambo yako na Hosea. No, if you need me, I'm there anytime.
And we also appreciate each and every one of you because in one way or the other you make our lives better. Mnatusaidia kupunguza stress because of what's happening in our country. Yes. Okay.
I actually have 2 moms now. Mama Kayai. She actually called me to give me a shout out.
That's really nice. Okay, listen, we have to end the conversation, but it can continue, even as we say goodbye to our TV audience. But thank you so much for staying with us until the end of the show. We've learned so much from each other, and I'm pretty sure now you appreciate them even more. All right. Have yourselves a lovely day ahead. Before we go, see, they said they like to improv. Let's see how they can improv dancing, something that is out of their day-to-day thingy, that is comedy, okay? So take a look at this video done by Akinani Crony, and then Smame dance. I want to see you guys dancing. Yeah, okay, all right. But goodbye. See you next week on Monday. But listen, big change is happening. So next week, starting Monday, Your World will be happening from 10 a.m., okay? And not 8 a.m. So we hope that we will see you at that time as well, okay? So see you on Monday. But for now, let's stand and let's dance. Let's have a good time, okay? All right. So let's see what you guys can do, okay? Sawa. All right, let's roll the sleep.